Welcome to our celebration of the Black History program. Black History became a month-long celebration in 1976, specifically February because the month coincided with both the political figure Abraham Lincoln and the American abolitionist Frederick Douglass. We begin today's program with Cece Winans, a well-known gospel singer. Coming from a talented musical family, she shares some encouraging words.
Hello, Tupelo High School students. I'm Cece Winans. Happy Black History Month. You know, I want to encourage you by reminding you that you have everything you need to succeed. It doesn't matter the challenges that you have faced in your family, in your community, in your school. Those who went on before us made a pathway so that you could accomplish everything that God created for you to accomplish. So remember to value yourself. Remember to value one another. Together, unity demands a blessing. Together, we can accomplish anything. God bless you.
In February, various forms of art come alive to celebrate Black history. From portraits to ceramics, students learn the contributions of African American artists. While viewing these works of art, enjoy vocal jazz performing the song we sing. At Tupelo High School, we are blessed to have many trailblazers. Widely known as Coach Boyd, she began blazing her trail back in high school, earning a scholarship for track and field.
When you're lonely and your heart is filled with despair, remember God cares for you. You know, when I first got to Ole Miss, I cried every single day because I wasn't used to this training. But then, you know, the next year, the coaches worked with me. They were patient with me. They started teaching me things that I've never seen before. And so once I grasped the concept of what they were teaching me, that's when the records started coming at Ole Miss. I've dedicated my time, my heart to Ole Miss. And, you know, in 2019, when they recognized me as an SEC legend, you know, that was the icing on the cake for me. And so that just taught me a lesson of when things get tough, you just got to keep going. You can't stop. You got to persevere. You got to make up in your mind, this is what I want. And when you're down and out, and you can't see your way out, he will see you through. Attitude, dedication, hard work. That's a big part of being successful.
With her strong word, she continues to dedicate herself to the greater good. Tariff Osborne also shows his dedication, being the first in his family to graduate from college.
Being the first to graduate in my family, it felt really good. My mom, she's super proud about it. She tell everybody, that's how she introduced me, that I was a college grad and stuff like that. Oh, that's my teacher's son and stuff. A lot of my family members came to see me graduate, and they were amazed by it. The first time for them was going to a college graduation. Then, from it being in Mississippi State, so many of them told me they were so proud of me. I joined Phi Beta Sigma fraternity and incorporated in 2008. That I met so many great people, so many great friends and stuff. It was a great experience. I had so many guys that I call family now. Just keep pushing, it's gonna be time where you feel like the odds are against you, but it's somebody who's always love you and care about you and want you to do better for them. And you never know how it's gonna motivate them in their lives.
Thanks, Mr. Osborne. Continuing to reach for the stars, Demetria Patterson continues her education, pursuing an additional degree.
I have always dreamed of being a teacher. Out of my siblings, I'm the second oldest, and out of the four, I'm the only one in the family that has graduated from college with my bachelor's degree, and currently now working on my master's degree at Jackson State in early childhood education. I also was the first one in my family to join the United States Army. As soon as I graduated from Northeast, I went into the military. I was stationed in Fort Jackson, but my ultimate goal really is to get my doctorate and then further my education as teaching with Tupelo Public School District. You're gonna fail some point of your life, but you gotta get back up and keep going. I would say my mom and my boys. My mom has been by my side all the way through this journey. Being around kids every day, I see what other kids go through, and seeing with my boys how blessed they are, they make me strive to want to do more for them and more for other kids as well.
Twilight Creighton's success story began her freshman year at Tupelo High School, becoming a 4-year Rotary Scholar. This is just one of her many achievements.
One of my accomplishments as a first is that I was the first in my family to be inducted into the Tupelo High School Hall of Fame as a high school student, as well as being the salutatorian for my graduating class. I also was the first in my family to graduate with a specialist degree, which is in educational leadership. I was the first in my family to win first place in the divisional championship in track and field with the discus my senior year of high school. I've also been honored as a teacher of the year for 3 years for 2 different school districts. My motto has become in spite of your circumstances, your background, where you come from, you just got to keep on striving.
Wayne Herford is an anchor and reporter for WTVA, with humble beginnings right here in Tupelo.
The 2 big winter storms sent shoppers to the grocery stores to stack up on essentials.
Both my parents were educators. My life was based around school a lot. My father was a football coach at Carver High School. He was a coach as well as a math teacher. And I went to Green Street Elementary. As a kid growing up, Carver School was like everything in the Black community. You had your family, of course, your church, and then Carver School. There were some really, really great teachers there, great educators, because given the fact they were not allowed to teach anywhere else, and they poured everything into us, as people, not just at school, but, they take time. You see the same people at church. You see the same people everywhere else. everybody in the 6th grade went to Church Street. So that was the first year of integration of schools, and I was in the 6th grade. We were 1 year away from getting to attend Carver, which was like, it was heaven. I would have to say the leadership in Tupelo at that time was very, very proactive in making it go smoothly. I graduated in 1977 from Tupelo High School. The high school back then was what they call a middle school now. That used to be the high school. So that's where I went from 75 through 77, 10th through 12th grade. Wonderful, wonderful years because some of my best friends ever, we went to school there. White and black. Football, I was into, I played a little basketball, not as great at that, but football was my main thing. They had a wrestling team. I was on the choir, the chorus. And also I took theater. So it just a lot of stuff to be in. To me, high school was wonderful. I had a great time. I tried to be in as much as I could.
Behind me is, if you can pay close attention, there's a little.
Follow your dreams. Pour all your heart, soul into whatever it is that gets you the most excited, and I know you'll be successful.
Our guest speaker today is Mr. Jesse White III, a husband and father to 3 daughters. His mission is to make a long-lasting impact in the lives of the next generation.
People like Oprah Winfrey, Fannie Lou Hamer, Muddy Waters, Ray Shamir, they all came from the same state that you come from, the state of Mississippi. And one thing about all of these people is that they had an intimate relationship with struggle. They worked hard, and none of them had an easy life, but they all made something out of themselves, or they changed the world. Mississippi, with its rolling plains, is ripe for growth, ripe for success. Frederick Douglass said that where there is no struggle, there is no progress. And so the place where you come from, Tupelo High School students, is ripe for success and ripe for progress. But the way that you show your appreciation for those whose shoulders you stand on is not necessarily remembering his story, but by creating your story. I want to know from you, which one of you is going to be the next person that we read about in the history books for doing something successful? Which one of you is going to put Tupelo back on the map for something else that is great? Which one of you is going to be the next CEO of a Fortune 500 company? Which one of you is going to be the next best-selling author? You know, Anika Noni Rose, Disney's first black princess, actually came from this little small town and got her start right at the high school where I'm principal and assignment at. And so I'm asking, what are you going to do? You see, one thing that you guys have that I don't have, your principal doesn't have, your parents even don't have, and that is your youth. No, I'm not calling them old. I'm just saying that they're older than you are, and you have much more time in order to make a difference than all of us do. And so, what's your contribution going to be? You have the same air, you have the same amount of time, and some of you even share that same dark brown complexion that they did. Some of you even have the same last name. And so I want to know, what is your contribution actually going to be? And so I dare you, I urge you, I implore you guys to be great today. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for next week. Or don't wait for somebody to, pull you out and call you to do something. Listen to that inner voice inside and be great today.
Thank you for joining us today.